Hello, I am Dr. Upendra Galgatte, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, Modern College of Pharmacy, Nigri, Pune. I am going to discuss pre-formulation study with special reference to physical properties. Pre-formulation study is a study enacted upon a new drug substance in order to produce useful information for subsequent formulation of a stable and biopharmaceutically suitable drug dosage form. Goal of pre-formulation study is to recommend stable, biologically available, suitable formulation or dosage form of the drug. Objectives are to convert lead optimized compound into a pharmaceutical product, to generate useful data needed in developing stable and safe dosage form that can be manufactured on a commercial scale, to provide in-depth knowledge and understanding of the physicochemical properties of a drug substance prior to dosage form development, to generate useful information on how to design a drug delivery system with good bioavailability, and to suggest best possible dosage form from the study carried out. Therefore, in order to comply with the objectives of pre-formulation study, the pre-formulation area is mainly divided into three parts. Number one is bulk characterization, number two is solubility analysis, and number three is stability analysis. Now we will have a detailed insight into all these areas with the sub areas mentioned in the list. Crystallinity and polymorphism is the most important among bulk characterization. Crystal habit is characterized by shape and internal structure is characterized by polymorph. This can affect the physicochemical properties such as flowability, compressibility, and stability. Here the few crystal habits are mentioned. For example, prismatic, bladed, equant or massive, and tabular. Now let us go in detail the internal structure of the compound. The internal structure of the compound in its solid state can be represented either by amorphous form or crystalline form. Amorphous form is one where there is no particular arrangement of molecules in the crystal lattice. However, crystalline form is a one where specific arrangement of molecules in the crystal lattice internal structure is found. Differences in such arrangements lead to different polymorphs which have differences in their physicochemical properties. It is observed that amorphous forms have greater thermodynamic energy than the corresponding crystalline forms. Therefore, we can say that amorphous forms shows more solubility than the corresponding crystalline forms. Solvents are the most common in the internal structure. Solvent inclusion is the common thing in the internal structure. Therefore, if solvent is included in the internal structure, it is termed as solvates. If solvent is water, then it is called hydrates. Solvates can cause differences in the physicochemical properties of a solid compound. Internal structure of aspirin molecule is shown as an example here. We can see the aspirin three-dimensional chemical structure to the left hand side image. However, to the right hand side we can see the possible arrangement of aspirin molecules in the crystal lattice. Physicochemical properties are affected by differences in the internal structure of the same solid compound. This include melting point, density, crystal hardness, solubility, dissolution profile, and compaction properties. Polymorphs can undergo transitions from one form to the more stable form. The commonly known example is chloramphenicol palmitate. Chloramphenicol palmitate exists in three different polymorphic forms viz A, B, and C. It has been observed that the form B has shown the peak serum level in human subjects owing to its high solubility. It is important to determine the stability of the desired form during pre-formulation studies. It is also notable that during processing, maybe milling, drying, etc., might induce polymorphic transitions. As discussed earlier, when the incorporated solvent is water, the compound is called as hydrate. Hydrates have different dissolution rates than the anhydrous form of the compound. The best example of hydrate is ampicillin trihydrate. In this figure, you can see three molecules of water are incorporated into the internal structure of ampicillin. Therefore, it is a trihydrate. Hygroscopicity is the tendency of the drug substance either to adsorb or absorb atmospheric moisture in which it is kept. It depends on atmospheric relative humidity, temperature, surface area of particles, and nature of compound. Particle characterization is important in pre-formulation study. This include particle size, shape, and surface morphology of the particles. Particle characterization parameters affect on dissolution rates and chemical stability of compounds. Bulk density is determined by measuring the volume of a certain weight of the powder in the bulk. Tap density is determined by measuring the volume of a certain weight of the powder in the bulk after tapping for, say example, 100 or 500 tappings. This is helpful to determine the approximate size of the capsule. True density is the weight of the solid particles divided by their actual volume. Here you can differentiate between bulk volume, tapped volume, and true volume of a powder. Flow properties of powder is affected by particle size, density, shape, electrostatic charge, and adsorbed moisture. However, flow properties can be improved by densification through granulation. Second important characterization is solubility analysis. It is used to investigate the solubility of compounds during pre-formulation studies. Drugs with limited solubility in GIT fluids exhibit poor absorption unless dosage forms are specially designed for the drug. Solubility is usually determined by adding excess solid to the solvent system and agitated at a constant temperature. Samples are assayed with time until there is no change in concentration. The protocol of pre-formulation solubility studies include solubility temperature dependency, determination of pKa, pH solubility profile, solubilization mechanisms, and rate of dissolution. The point to be noted here is for endothermic dissolution, the solubility is directly proportional to temperature. However, for exothermic dissolution, the solubility is inversely proportional to the temperature. pKa is the dissociation constant of a drug substance. pKa can be determined for ionizing drug substance within a pH range of 1 to 10. The following two equations identify the relation between pH and pKa. When pH is equal to pKa, then concentration of ionized drug is equal to the concentration of unionized drug. These two figures indicate relation between solubility and pH. If a drug is a weak acid drug, then solubility increases with increase in pH. Remarkable increase in the solubility is observed at a certain pH. However, in case of weak base drug, solubility decreases with increase in pH, and also remarkable decrease in the solubility is observed at a certain pH. Partition coefficient is a measure of lipophilicity. Partition coefficient is measured by using oil-water system. Log P value is a measure of the degree of distribution of drug between lipophilic solvent, for example N-octanol, and aqueous phase, may be water or suitable buffer. Following equation identifies the log P value. Solubility can be enhanced by using following mechanisms. co-solvent, surfactants, optimum pH, and complexation. Drug goes into solution by three different ways from tablet, either by very limited dissolution from tablet to the solution, or by limited dissolution by converting tablet into the granules, or by best dissolution by further converting granules into the smaller particles. Dissolution is controlled by polymorphism, particle size, particle shape, solubility, surface area, or weighting properties. See, this is a typical representation of dissolution profile where amount of drug released is correlated with time. This is a dissolution profile of a pharmaceutical preparation. The third and last important characterization is stability analysis. Pre-formulation studies are the first assessment studies for chemical stability of a new drug. The studies include solution and solid state stability for handling, formulation, and storage. Usually, HPLC is preferred for stability studies. Pre-formulation studies at this stage aim at identifying conditions to form stable solution of the drug. These conditions include the effect of pH, temperature, ionic strength, co-solvent, light, and oxygen. The aim of the solid state stability is to identify stable storage conditions for the drug in the solid state and to identify compatible excipients for formulation. After completing pre-formulation studies, a report is generated. This report contains pharmaceutical problems associated with the drug molecule and recommendations for developing a useful formulation of the drug.